Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be doing the third episode of Laxius Force 2. Yeah, 2. Now, okay, that is weird. That is not what's supposed to happen there. Why? Where did I save? That is a good question. 1308, was it that file? Yeah, it probably was that file, right? I must have just double tapped, probably. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna start on the normal mode, of course. What else will we start in? And this is Luciana, the character that we're gonna be spending a lot of time with. Now, Luciana is a pretty simple character initially. There's not that much you can do at the start of the game in Laxius Force 2. Certainly not the massive amount of things you can do in Laxius Force 1. However, there is a couple things that are worth checking out. For example, that you can get some free items if you just check the wall there, and you're gonna find the letter that Sarah wrote in Laxius Force 1. And that's when Luciana is officially going to join our party, and Chapter 5 is going to start, called Lucy and Her Buddy. Now again, no, we don't want the tutorial. Now again, not exactly that much going on here. We do have some items which can be useful, but we'll see to what degree. Not sure why this thing is actually in the city here. Also not sure. Okay, whatever. Kind of forgot that happens, but whatever. One of the first secrets you can actually get in this game is you can go behind this house and then cycle around, and then you can collect over here some Gaia Dust, a golden apple, and a golden apple. I'm pretty sure those are the only two secret items, like really secret items in this place. Over here we have Tarabula, who will basically join us if we ask later on. Now, this guy wants 5 petals. That's fine. We can go ahead and say that we'll give them to him, and we will give them to him. Just, you know, not quite yet. We don't have them yet, but you know. And then if you go over here, this guy will complain that his floor is broken, so you can go ahead and fix that later on. Okay. Now, Vanaten over here is going to ask us if we can, before we leave, bring back one of the missing kids. Because one of the kids has disappeared. Pretty nice parting gift, I suppose. Now, she sells Ancient Conscious. I have no clue if those do anything. I honestly don't think so, but they might. So it's one of those things. Technically speaking, you'd want to farm out 300 gold and try and get it. Okay, for some reason I still can't pick up the armor, but that doesn't matter. So far, we're not going to do anything apparently, which is kind of weird. So this guy sells Ancient Pyramids. Now, I do know that those are useless, which is another one of those things, but you know. The basic idea here is that you just spam Arc Flare. It generally will kill anything you face in this area, so there really isn't too much to it. You enter the caves, and once you're in the caves, you just keep going the same way you were. Killing everything with Arc Flare. Some of these enemies even dodge you, apparently. You use Rainwash if you face these Tigos, because otherwise, well, you know, there's 3 of them. The Jinda petals are in the vases that look that way, but you can also find other herbs in other stacks of, you know, there's other sections where you can find other herbs. Notably, Laxius Force 2 actually uses the ability to escape. so that makes our lives a lot easier. Let's see, over here's another herb. As you can see, a lot of herbs here. Not necessarily the most useful herbs either, but you know. I'm pretty sure that one contains a monster, so let's ignore that for now. Let's just drink these magic potions, because why not? The power diadema, and then I believe this one has one. We can equip the power diadema, but in general it doesn't matter too much how... You don't have to clear everything now, because we are going to come back here anyways, soon enough. Same with the petals, it doesn't matter too much if you find them all, because we need to come back here later on, still. As for that tree, I actually don't think there's a way to get to it. I don't think that you can reach that tree in any way, or if you can, at least, I've never done it. Here's another gem petal, here's another Kirin herb, this is nothing, I thought that was something as well. Here's Sabom, whatever. So you want to take this guy back to the... You want to take this guy back to the town hall, and that's when you get to leave. Now you might notice that flame to the left. I feel like that's kind of the hint that you can come back here still with Terabula. Given that that flame is something... you can touch it with Luciana before having Terabula, but she'll just comment on it being a flame. It doesn't really do anything for Luciana. Now one of the important parts is you can just go ahead and rest. There's nothing stopping you from just resting up. Now it is true that the opening of Laxius Force 2 is a little bit slow. It's like a hard push back. It's like a hard push back from Laxius Force 1, which was finally like picking up. And now you're dealing with this again. Also, you find 215 gold if you look to the left here. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, but you get 215 gold from that. Yeah. Anyways. So, now that we've done that, we can go ahead and talk to Terabula. And she's going to join our party. Which means our fire elemental has joined us. Yay! Which means we can now go here. The shop itself is pretty useless. But we can get 5 of these plants and it's going to give us XP for Terabula as well. Luciana is going to comment that we need our equipment, but that's fine. Luciana is going to quickly repair the flooring. And that's going to be another quest complete for both of them. Now these quest completes make it so that Terabula actually levels up a couple times. We can pick up our armor here. You'll notice that Herasia is gone, but that's because she's in the bag. So we just need to take him out when we get the chance. And I believe that that is all there's to it. Yeah. And notably, now that she has the right things equipped, Luciana can just one-tap enemies with her main weapon. Terabula can do the same because she leveled up multiple times. So we don't really have to worry about too much anymore. You can farm this infinitely, so that you have the gold to buy the Ancient Pyramid conch. But you can also just believe me when I say that it's useless. It literally does not have a use, so I wouldn't recommend it. Now anyways, here's the flame. Terabula can absorb that flame for 7 HP. Not the most, you know, but it's 7 HP. 7 HP is 7 HP. And then they're gonna comment that there is a dangerous monster hiding here. You can use Lord of Dance and then just attack him. And that's going to give us some decent stuff. Now, Burning Cure luckily does cure the poison effect that that thing inflicts, so we don't have to stay stuck with it. Now then. Now that we've done that, we can go to the bottom and kill the second Tintigo that hides in these caves, and then we're done with these caves. So there's that. Like I said, it's kind of like a bit slower than Laxius Force 1. There's a lot of stuff to do, but there's not like a lot of high-paced action. It's not running from goal to goal like Laxius Force 1 is at times. We do get an Aqua Spray and a Tigo Regent, so we'll see where we get with those. The Azure Pearls that you get from this place are pretty decent. I will admit that, because they are, like, it's loot. Not much to say about them, but Golden Pearls and Azure Pearls, you know, it's whatever. Now, we're gonna make our way back up. Obviously, we're gonna keep fighting the, annoyances, as I call them. Permit me to drink a sip of my coffee. Now, like I said, I don't know if there is a purpose for the Ancient Conch, but as you can see, I bought one. The Pyramid Replica, I refuse to buy. You could grind it out if you want, feel free, but I'm telling you that it's pointless. So, you know. Anyways, now that we're here, this is the Phoenix that's gonna take us somewhere. The bridge is broken otherwise. So we're gonna drop our first save here because this is the first point of no return. If you use the Phoenix, you can no longer come back. Now then, welcome down here. Now first things first, you can open this bag to get Herasia, who was thus far hiding in the bag. Secondarily, don't touch anything here. Not only are these things mimics that will attack you, which is pretty obvious by the way they look, I feel, but the other issue is that they don't reset, so you can some of them you only have one shot at beating, which is the second reason why you don't really want to touch any of them. Now, this lovely little party of lizards is actually really good to use Lava Wall against. It's going to let us quickly level up Herasia a little bit. Not that Herasia necessarily needs that much leveling, especially early on, but he's level 8. I think he starts out at vaguely the same level as you do. I'm not exactly sure what the behind the scenes is there, but the point is he's level 9 now. Yay! Now you can head down here, and this is actually one of the rougher parts, because this is pure RNG. It can be really annoying, can be really easy. First of all, you'll want to collect over here. No? Odd. We're gonna enter the fight, and you're gonna see we're gonna fight the Zeon. Now, Zeons, you might remember them from the first game, because this is the same guy that sits in the pyramid and kind of just chills there, waiting for you to fight him. As you can see, if you let him be, he deals a lot of damage. A lot of damage. So, the idea is that you probably just don't want to fight him right away. Because you can make yourself, and you can make life a lot easier by holding on a moment. There we go. Holding on a moment, squeezing up here. Interestingly, I've kind of like experimented with whether or not you can skip this, but you can't. No matter what you do, eventually they're going to point out that you have to pick up Rosa. So there's no way to skip Rosa during this party. Not that you'd want to skip that, but you know. Is it completionism to see what you don't have to do? An interesting query, if you ask me. Anyways, these ice lizards are honestly the most annoying ones, but once you clear out like most of the lizards, at least you have a little bit of an oversight of what you're doing, because right now the screen's just very full with them. Now notably, the more that we kill, the more you're gonna notice that there's not that much here, aside from them. I don't think there's actually any hidden items, but it's kind of hard to explore at times when the screen's swarming with enemies like this. Terrible actually dies. Wow. That's rough. Now, there is one obvious place to check for hidden items, I believe. I don't think that these spots would be more obvious, but I don't actually think there's anything here. So, it's a bit of a bait. Okay. So, we've gotten everyone up to level 10. Well, everyone, you know. Yeah. Except for Tarabula, but she levels up faster, so she'll catch up eventually. Now that everyone's leveled up and we have Rosa, I think we can try and go ahead and beat Zeon. There is a pretty specific reason why you'd want to beat the Zeon, namely he drops a really good claw for Herasia, so that's kind of what we're after here. That is definitely what we're after here. Okay, so this is the Zeon, and first things first, we're gonna go ahead and cast Grand Protection, which does exactly what it says on the tin. It should protect us, and then I believe, I don't know if Ice Jail works, I don't think it does, but you never know. I don't know what, I have no clue what Cat Phobia does. Herasia has a lot of these skills that just don't make any sense. Cat Phobia apparently stops this guy from moving altogether. Which, you know, okay. Anyways, he's bleeding, so that's the most important part. He's gonna take some damage over time here. That's kind of what we were after. I don't think I have anything to revive with, not that it matters too much. We don't, so no. We're just gonna spam Glominator and then just our skills, like, there really isn't damage that we can do. Eventually he'll die to it, to the bleeding. The Grand Protection wearing off could be bad, I'm not sure. Well, it probably is bad. But... And we got the Zeon Claw. Okay. The good news is we don't have to do this a second time. I think you can tell by the fact that his attack went up by 200 points that getting the Zeon Claw is quite useful for Herasia. It kind of elevates him to a usable party member. Now, as for these chests here, this gives you the Blitzen Blade, which is nice and all, but like, there's no point to it because I don't think anyone can equip it. It is preemptive, but one comment on this: this is actually the weapon you get in Laxius Force 1 or 2, depends on when you do it. That you get in Laxius Force if you choose the weapon as a reward in the Guard Refectory, the Guard Underground. Which makes you realize just how crazy useless it is to pick that weapon. Because you're picking a weapon that you can literally get a minute later. Anyways, as we can see here, we're a little bit less winning, so we still don't really have much of a chance. Now, that was the hardest of the chests. The other chests might be easier, but it might also be easier to first do everything else and then we'll cycle back to this, because it's a tedious thing to do. Right, now the good thing is that Herasia with the new claws is going to kill all these lizards on turn 1 if there's only one of them, and then obviously like turn 2 is just more of the same. You can explore over here, but I don't think there's anything of particular note here. I'm not sure how much damage Lethal Claw does. Oh, that's great. That is great. You have the staircase that leads up here, which will have some items. You actually get stuck there. Interesting. I think the main thing is you just need to like squeeze your way around, and then you'll find the leopard coat for well, anyone really. I think it's just for Herasia here. Coats usually are. And then is there anything else here? I actually don't think so. Don't think you can interact with the water or anything, so no, that's so we're gonna leave here, and then that's gonna just improve Herasia further. Herasia is already level 12, so we're doing pretty well so far. The leveling requirements in this game aren't insane or anything. I wouldn't say that you need like absurd levels to do much. Although there is various things in the game that you do definitely need to level a little bit more, and I feel like the first section is actually the first on that front. Because if you want to clear all the optional content here, you do actually need to level up. Luckily, that fight really helps with the whole leveling thing, because these things give decent XP for what you're actually having to do. Just spamming lava wall works most of the time, and, you know, not like that requires a lot of brain. Anyway, so we're gonna find a crystal pear there, and then if you continue, I believe... No? Nothing? Okay. I always get confused by the sparkles. The sparkles make me think that there's something there. Alright, so we've cleared the upper left, and I don't think that those things respawn. We can check. Oh, they do! Huh, nice, nice, okay. So that's actually really useful. That means that this is definitely the best farming spot in the game. Well, the early game, because of just how many enemies there are in this single encounter. That's actually really useful to know. Yeah, okay. Now, I don't think you need this amount of farming per se, but you know, if there ever is a higher difficulty mode introduced, you kind of want to know. Okay, so here's the thing. I actually am not 100% sure that I'm not ruining this playthrough by doing the right side first, because I've never done the right side first. But it occurs to me that there really is no reason to do the optional content first. Like, there's nothing stopping you from doing the main content first. So we're gonna see. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see if that works. Okay. So when I say main content, I mean there's two things you need to do inside this crevice. Really, you need to escape, and in order to escape, you need to kill well, whatever, you know, the boss. Is it hard? No, not at all. You can tell that the encounters here are actually easier than the encounters before with the optional items. So you can tell this is the path that you're supposed to take. The upper right doesn't lead you to anything. The upper left leads you to the exit of the dungeon. It would be sad if neither led you to anything. And we're just gonna make our way up. Herasia missing is one of those things. It doesn't happen often, and it's quite annoying when it does. But all in all, there really isn't much more to it than just beating lizards up. I think each of these lizards gives you like 2 or 3 golds, which is debatably worth it. Now, I don't think either. Yeah, the left side is the side that you don't need to take. So we're gonna have to go there first so that we can see what we've got. I don't actually remember. I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, there isn't. But you know, exploration. It's hard to remember which path exactly takes you where sometimes. Alright, so we're gonna keep killing all the lizards. Now we are getting food rations from this, so we're at 35 food rations, which means that we don't have to buy them. I maintain that food rations are the worst thing to exist in any game ever, but you know. Now, you can continue up here, and that'll take you here. And this is quite a special place. You can get a crystal pear from there, and we'll discuss the rest later. Oh, well, we actually face it right away, which is what I was going to mention. This is a Salcerium wasp, a Phosphorea, or, you know, Salcerium wasp. Now, Salcerium wasps give you a lot of gold and Salcerium, so you need to farm these, right? I'm sorry for people that don't like farming, but you need to farm those. They give you 350 gold per fight, which is already a very, very decent amount of gold. But on top of that, they also just, you know, I mean... Alright, you do... Yeah, right. So, the optional content is not entirely optional, because you do need to, like, do that first. Anyways, now that we've leveled up a decent amount, we can definitely tackle that content, so that's fine. So what you're going to want to do is, you're going to see... Oh, the door's locked, we can't proceed. We're going to need to proceed over here to the left, back deeper into the dark crevice, and we're going to go ahead and have to go down. So there's 2 paths, path to the right, path to the left. Path to the left should be the easiest in theory. There's going to be ghosts that attack you. Now, you should be looking at which type of ghost you're facing. This is an evil soul. Evil soul, not exactly sure which one is the most easily beaten by what. Probably should have checked that. Now let's see if they're weak to cat phobia. I don't think they are, but... Galaminator, Rainwash, both really effective moves against this guy. I'm not sure why I decided to not do anything on that turn. Galaminator, Rainwash, very effective against these guys, and that kind of reduces them to a redundant fight. Now, here's the issue. These things contain various ghosts. Some of them more than beatable. Others, you know, slightly more annoying. Rainwash is the best move to use here, alongside Purifying Fire and then Illuminator. And, yeah, Herasia can deal some damage. So that's going to give us 209 gold, which is fine. The issue is that one of these also contains an anti-spirit, and anti-spirits are a lot more annoying to beat. I'm gonna keep trying Kitty Cat because you never know, but I doubt it's ever gonna work. So we're gonna cast Grand Protection, just so that we have some form of protection, but as you can see, yeah. We landed Plague, which is really good, because I think this thing doesn't have a physical attack. It might, no it doesn't. So if you land Plague on it, it just instant dies to the dots and then to the fact that it just can't do anything. And that's gonna give us 409 gold. Now you might notice that Rosa here is zombified, which means she cannot heal us at this point. Normally she'd be your healer, but okay. I misclicked which moves I wanted to use, but whatever. So same concept, Purifying Fire, not much to do about this. Rainwash, and then no one has died, which is actually quite lucky because that sort of depends on which moves they decide to use. It's another. And then, if I'm not mistaken, this might be another anti-spirit, so... Or not. Apparently that was just another spirit. A weak one at that. Now we're gonna give a magical potion to Luciana, so that she can actually, like, continue using skills. Otherwise, you know, not so fun stuff. This guy's gonna die again, and I think the issue is over here that we cannot actually pick anything up because the gold bars are too heavy to move. But there is a secret room here. We're gonna get attacked by 3 ancient guards. Best thing you can do is just use every skill you have against them, but they're not that tough to beat. Especially with AoEs. And then we're gonna get some healing regents. Such, I don't know how to pronounce that. An apple, and we're gonna get a revive potion. So at this point, I would recommend backtracking a little bit, just so that you can use a healing crystal over at the start, because the zombification on Rosa is really annoying, since it causes her to not be able to cast spells. I hope that... Oh, that does not cleanse zombification. In that case... Okay, that doesn't work on her. That's really annoying. Jesus. I don't have any items that deal damage to myself, so I need to check which one of these... I think this one is a repeatable fight, but it might be the other one. I think, like, some of them are repeatable, some of them aren't. Okay. Okay, so that's repeatable. Okay, and we inflicted Plague, which means that we actually have a chance here, because that means that if we don't die, we can actually get something going here. It's pretty hard to not die, though. Since these things are quite strong. You can try Paralysis. Okay, we managed to Ice Jail him, so that's perfect. So he's plagued and Ice Jailed. Might as well try to revive potion on Herasia here, just so that we have our full party again. And we're basically just going to spam Paralysis and the Ice Jail inflicting ice skill in the hopes of, like, getting something. Now as you can see, it doesn't always work. Even when plagued, the only thing we can try here is to resist and to keep resisting. And that actually works eventually, so he's gonna die. Yay. And we're gonna just revive the party. Yay. So we're gonna equip the Murder Mail. I still don't really know what Arachne Syndrome is. There is a lot of status effects in this game. Now, the good thing is that the Warlord Devourer here should actually be easier than the previous one. We want to use Fast Move because that's gonna give us 2 hits. 2 chances. This thing should be easier than the previous one. So we're going to use that, we're going to use Paralysis, we're going to keep using Fast Move, and we're going to keep using Iceberg Calling. Okay, he's plagued. Took a lot of damage from the claws as well. We get the Acolyte Helmet from that. The Acolyte Helmet protects you against Paralysis, which is pretty useful all around. I don't think anyone can actually equip it, though. So, well, I mean, nobody can trade equipment with Luciana, so there's that. And I think the last major fight here is if you head down again. Over here, you'll notice this chest always also turns into a Warlord Devourer, so we're just going to quickly defeat this one as well. We plagued them, that's all that really matters. We Ice Jailed him as well. I'm not sure why the Ice Jail didn't wear off after we used a Fire skill on him, but okay. And that's going to give us 2 Gaia Dusts. It's not the most or the best reward, but you know. Okay, so with that said and done, we have cleared this section of the map. We don't really need to come back here unless we really need to heal. And Rosa is unzombified again, which is pretty important because Rosa being zombified makes this section even harder than it has to be. That's going to contain an IV in water, and yes, I am neurotically saving here because I don't like this place at all. This is going to give us a golden apple again, and I don't think there's anything else here, even though you can access that. Now there's 2 paths. There's a path to the left, there's a path to the right. We're going to take the path to the right because the path to the left doesn't lead anywhere. And then if you look here, you're going to find that this is Ram Amamu, an underground town, probably centuries old. Yes, the chance is pretty big. Over here we're going to find an Aldai ring. Now the Aldai ring is not something that Luciana can equip, but Rosa can. It's going to increase his strength even further, so you might notice a theme here, but a lot of these things actually really buff Herasia. And then once you reach here, you're going to be attacked by another set of these guards. Now, just like the first time, they really are completely irrelevant if you've actually been clearing the side content. They are incredibly weak. The main issue of this playthrough is what you're going to see down here, namely the Lamias. Now, obviously this Lamia isn't worth much. Most of these Lamias actually aren't. The issue starts to be when you start facing the different breeds of Lamias, which we've already encountered in the Cave of Gaius in Laxius Force 1. Now, she learns Cosmic Shield, which gives you elemental resistance, which is nice enough, but you know, we're going to be ambushed again. I'm quite happy that you don't actually get surprised from these encounters, because that would be incredibly annoying. There's a switch here, there's a lamp here. This guy is actually going to give us a free level up because we spoke to him, which, you know, wouldn't recommend getting too early, but I feel like level 16 to 18 is a decent enough level to actually just grab it. Considering that we're not really looking to level up like tons more. We're gonna beat that, and flipping the switch is actually what lets you continue the game. However, we are not interested in doing that just yet, because there is one more little itty-bitty thing of content to clear, and that involves killing these. Now, these things are incredibly annoying to kill. They're very fast, they deal a lot of damage, so they are truly a thing that you have to beat. They're definitely not easy to kill is the issue, so it's not like some things where you're like, oh, it'll be fine, just, you know, learn how to do it. My tip, Mind Burn, Energy Burn, that gives you a major speed boost that hopefully lets me outspeed here, but I'm actually not even sure if this is enough to outspeed. It is enough, but, you know, we didn't manage to actually do anything substantial to them, and we got maddened. So Herasia killed himself. We do get the Ice Tail on one of them, which at least takes their turn away, even if Sky Burning, you know, you might as well defend. So we're starting, okay, so we're dealing damage, Okay, so we take out the first encounter. That's pretty good. Now, I don't think I have a single revival item left, because I did throw that revival item the first time. So we're going to open this, that's going to give us the Aurora Shield, Aurora Shield, oh my god, that is a fun word to pronounce. And we're going to get ambushed here again by even more of these guys, but as you know by now, they're not really the issue. You take them out quite quickly, and then, you know, go for the same combo of Mind Burn and the other burn. We're going to use Cosmic Shield because, you know, why not? But this fight should be easier than the previous one. But they also deal very good damage, just like the other set of enemies. And the issue is that Rosa can't kill them. So. Now, to be fair, whatever. To be fair, I don't know why it keeps doing that. The mouse controls are sometimes a little bit annoying. I was gonna say, to be fair, there is one more thing that we can do. Namely, we can go ahead and give Brilliant Mind, Steel Skin, and Haste to them, which isn't going to half their HP, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough to beat these things. Let's see. So we're gonna go ahead, slashing Fireballs and Iceberg Calling. Now there is a skill that you can learn that would make this substantially easier, but it requires Rosa to level up a substantial amount of times. So it's one of those things that makes you wonder, like, is it... Okay, thank you for giving me the chance to do something. Let's just try with, like, Lava Wall, Sky Burning, and okay, so we did not get a single freeze. Obviously that's going to be tough. I need to remember to, like, backtrack to the left, to the right, as soon as I respawn. If this doesn't work, I might just give the chance to revive Herasia, and I am lazy enough to let that happen, you know, by dying rather than anything else. Alright, let's see if this works. We do have 3 explosive mushrooms with us, which can be useful. Because they do deal somewhat decent damage here. Like I said, okay. So that worked. Great. Half Goddess Aura, and then, okay. So that's going to be Ademia Powder. Now, the sad part is that you literally get barely anything for actually clearing that. Yeah, not the best rewards for clearing this this side content, as I call it. Although you'll notice we are sitting at 5,100 gold, so we did get some decent gold from it. So we're almost done here with the first episode, because I feel like once we've cleared the entire underground section, it depends on how quickly we manage to get through this last part, I suppose. But you'll notice we are definitely high level enough at this point. Also, goodbye, mouse. Also, in general, the next part isn't particularly hard. Especially since we're leveled up, the next section is going to be pretty easy. So you don't want to go up there again. I did say that there was something more there. We're going to go back there. You'll notice there's a lot of giants here that don't like us. Wonder why. There's also one more blizzard. Oh. Honestly, I wish you could sneak in that way and just do stuff that way, but you can't. So. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and quickly deal with these guys. Now, since Herasia has got the claw, this is literally the easiest stuff that you could ever be doing. Because you literally just need to AoE with Herasia and they will die. Honestly, I'm pretty sure you can auto this and it's still fine. Because they don't deal damage. Yep. 1 damage. So as you can see, these cave barbarians definitely not a big issue. Now, there is actually more to this than it seems. First of all, we kind of need to check all these items for stuff. XP egg, 406 gold. We don't really need the XP egg. I'm not sure if I usually use them. I don't think I usually do either, but the knowledge that you don't need to use them at all is pretty good because it means you can just save them up. We're gonna find 29 more food rations there, which, by the way, knocks our number up to 71, which is a very decent amount of things to have. And then over here we're gonna see Gaga Uhul, who is the boss of this place, but yeah. He is not particularly strong. Now, these are the stairs. You don't really want to leave yet, so we're gonna go back. And this is actually when we're going to do the last secret, which I think is the best hidden secret in this game. In this part of the game, anyways. There's a walkway here to the left that you can take. Also, this thing is apparently not weak to everything, which is weird. Now, Golluminator should kill him. Now, here's the thing. This thing actually drops Salcerium every single time you kill it. Right? So that means that we're getting 350 gold and Salcerium every single time that we kill it. Now, there is a higher chance of encountering these things, which are substantially more annoying. But Herasia can take care of them with the Xeon Claw. So, okay, so since we cleared the Giant's place out, this guy is going to spawn, and he's going to give us 11 Mind and the Invernahen Javelin, which is a really good javelin for Luciana, especially early on. So that's going to be very nice for her. And realistically, you really should be farming here for like hours, because you should be trying to get like 99 Salcerium and like max out your gold. Do I recommend actually doing that? Well, it depends. First of all, yes, sort of. At the very least, for a little while, because there is actually something that you can't, like, if you level up a little bit more than we are right now, there's actually a lot of stuff that you can do in like a couple seconds that's going to help you out a lot. But I'm going to show you why I don't actually recommend doing it too much, because, you know, if you value your sanity, it's definitely not good for you. Because as you might notice, first of all, they don't actually spawn that fast. Like, there's not the tick for how many random encounters you have on this map is not that high, meaning you're spending a lot of your time just wandering, and this is on 3 times the speed, by the way. Second of all, the amount of bats encounters versus the other encounters is pretty high. So you're going to be wandering around here for a while. You're only going to find these more of these stupid bats, which don't actually give you anything for killing them. They give you Zoic Wings, which is another one of those things. Zoic Wings over here protects from ground lock, gives you evade +4. Very nice, except that nobody in our party can equip it. So, Gnidia can. That's useful, but you know, it's only useful the first time you find them. The other 10 times, it's quite pointless. Rosa's gonna level up, but again, not the most point in this, and we're just gonna be sitting here praying to find at least one more Salcerium Wasp, because this is, but this is, yeah, as you can see, like, there's not much to do here, and I actually have a theory about, this, which I'm gonna test out right now. My theory is that the first encounter might be, I don't know, how would you code that? Would that be realistic to code? The first encounter to be a specific thing, and then after that, random encounters? It might be, I don't know. That doesn't seem to be the case. I guess that was just pure luck that we got 2 Salcerium Wasps as our first 2 encounters when we entered the map. The fact of the matter is, this is a really tedious place to just run around in, and the amount of Salcerium encounters is really low. The fact that we got like back-to-back Salcerium encounters is actually insane. Phosphoria encounters, whatever, you know. The Wasp is called a Phosphoria, but like, there is a world where you just grind this out, and you're a very high level by the time you're done here, and you know, you have all the gold in the world because you farmed it out. I would like one more Wasp. Just one more Wasp. That's when I stop farming here, but I would like one more Wasp. And honestly, I think it serves as a nice little case study. If we get one more Wasp, that's a very nice case study of just how long it would take you to get 99 of them. Then again, I am just an unlucky person when it comes down to it, so. Honestly, I'm pretty sure you can go through this place and just not even know that there's a Salcerium, like that the encounter exists, because I'm pretty sure I didn't know the first time I played the game. Because it actually, like, it requires you to actually, like, find them, which is such a low chance that it's totally reasonable that you would have cleared the entire game and not realize that there's anything here aside from the bats, because the bats are annoying. Yep. So, you might be seeing my point here. Like, farming this out to get 99 of them is completely insane. And even like there's no point, I think, in doing it either. It gives you a good amount of Salcerium, which is very nice. But unless you really hate yourself and you just decide, you know, I don't have a life, I'm just gonna farm this out. I wish you good luck with that. It's a powerful ore, as the name implies, like as the thing describes. And I don't disagree. I think you can make some decent weapons with Salcerium, but I'm actually not too sure. I know that the Salcerium in the first game is used to make a decent weapon, the Squid Blade, I believe. No, that's with the Squid Bone, the other sword that you can make there, but whatever. But like, if you look at just how long we've been at this, and we have found none after the initial 2, you might realize just how long. I think we're actually gonna make a little jump cut until we see the next one, because this is getting ridiculous. Here's a little jump cut. Woo! Okay, so even after the jump cut, we have spent more than 25 encounters, and we still haven't found another Phosphoria. I decided to take a quick look at what the actual rates are. The answer is it's 1 out of 18. So you have a 1 out of 18 chance to get the Phosphoria encounter. The other encounters are all bats. I think RPG Maker XP actually works pretty simplistically on that front. You just add more troops to your map, and then it just randomly generates which troop you're fighting, so it's literally a 1 out of 18 chance, because there's 18 different troops here. Well, I say different troops, but like half of them are just bats. It's like 4 bats, 4 bats, 4 bats, 4 bats, and 2 bats, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And just... but yeah, so we're still stuck here. Trying to find literally 1 more Salcerium wasp. It's quite fun. As for the level ups, the good thing is it doesn't matter how much you level up, because you kind of just need to catch up the randoms party anyways, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon anyways. So there's definitely that. Oh my god, just give me a freaking wasp. And the average between each encounter is 100 steps, by the way, in case you cared to know about that. Well, you know, if anything, this is like a good reason to convince you just not do this. But, you know, it is getting a little bit insane. Like, I don't think we're crossing into stupid odds territory yet, because 1 out of 18, you know, nothing guarantees that we're gonna get the 1 out of 18 ever. But, you know. You know, it honestly makes me appreciate the fact that we actually got that encounter twice in a row to start with, because, you know, I mean, like, yeah, that's what are those odds? 1 out of 3. No, it's 1. Right. I don't know. Very low is the answer. I think it might be 18 times 18. I don't know. I'm not good at probabilities. Oh my god. Can I still beat this thing? Come to think of it. Can I actually kill it now? Without... Okay, thank god Lord of Dance does damage. Jesus. Imagine if you did all that effort and then the thing just kills you anyways. That would actually be that would make me cry. Okay, so we got rid of the wasp. Very nice, yay! Everyone's super happy. The only thing left to do now is head up. We have 6,658 gold. That's actually a pretty decent amount. Once we're here, you actually want to go ahead and sleep as fast as possible because there's going to be some random encounters, and I mean, it's not likely that you die or anything because the encounters aren't hard, but you technically speaking also never know. This chest is completely empty. Yes, okay. You can you go back? We'll never know because we get ambushed before we can. The benefit of playing on 3 times speed is that the waiting time for these squids to appear is a lot lower because it is quite long, and it's pretty easy to like be wondering like what am I missing? What am I supposed to be doing? I'm sort of surprised that Rosa hasn't learned calling all the seasons yet. Not that we need it or anything, but I'm just surprised. There really wasn't a reason to heal, but whatever. So Zambart is teleporting us, yay. We're just gonna skip through this dialogue here because the dialogue is honestly very tedious. Fun fact, even if you don't take Herasia out of the bag, Herasia joins your party at this point because you can see he's like a little bit hidden by the dialogue box, but he's like in the bottom. So even if you haven't used Herasia until now, he'll be joining you. Anyways, welcome to the desert, and this is one of the most fun places to ever be. Note the sarcasm. You want to buy at least one of those shields, and this is where it gets fun. Totally. We're gonna save, and we are going to, I think this gives us a power pepper. We're gonna save again because I'm lazy like that. And here is where it gets fun. We're gonna give Herasia energy burn, and we're gonna see if that makes it work. But these things get initiative on you. Yes, very fun. So here's the thing, because we were so well leveled, and Herasia one-shots them and has enough speed to do it. The only thing you need to be praying for is for their initiative to not go onto Herasia, and then Herasia has to take turn 1 and kill them. As you might see, that doesn't seem too likely. Now we can see if there's anything we can do to make him faster, but as you can see, there is nothing. Energy burn obviously does make him faster, but we can equip. Oh right, she can equip it in her offhand. Well, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna give her this, the Sandoral shield. That's just going to make her less likely to get hit, less likely to get killed. And like I said, okay, so we got lucky here. The first encounter actually gives us no initiative attacks, which means Herasia can take his turn. Second one does, but you know, okay. So we're gonna defend, lethal claws, and now, yeah, this is like you need to get lucky on how many of those bats spawn. If the maximum amount spawns, I don't think you actually have a chance in any way. If it's not the max amount, I don't think Rosa takes a turn either. So you might get lucky and they might miss Rosa a whole lot, but it's very, very, very difficult to get through this. I'm trying to see if there's like anything we can do. We'll get back to this. There is like a couple things we can try because there's a lot of fights in this place. Really, dude. So don't no skill the anacondas. Fine. Interestingly enough, that skill actually does no damage whatsoever to them. It's kind of annoying. Like I was gonna say, these anacondas are actually really annoying at this point because even if you are decently leveled, they just kind of deal just enough damage to be really annoying. If you plague them, it's a lot easier. Also, there's like a lot of wasps here for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. They're also not like a special kind of wasps, they're just regular wasps. Read the annoying kind that just swarm you for no reason whatsoever. Anyways, the issue with maps like these is that there's so many little nooks and crannies that could be containing a hidden item. It's very hard to actually explore everything. These wasps come at you one by one, which kind of confuses me. There's like more lizards here as well. Like this whole place is like really just a step back from what we've been doing so far. Including the raids that aren't really an issue. Now you're gonna get an XP egg and another XP egg from these encounters. And you might notice that there's a different kind of wraith to the left. That's actually what we're after here. That's going to be the thing that's going to give us... that's going to be the thing that we're going to be fighting for some decent XP, I hope. Not actually sure how much it gives you, I'm just kind of assuming that it'll be decent. But you can plague him, which is the important part. Once he's plagued, he can still use his normal attack, which is annoying, but it's not as bad as everything else he can do. Lord of Dance does deal more than decent damage to him, and then I think the Laminator does as well. They have a chance... No, they're guaranteed to drop an IV in water if you kill them, but I think that's only the first time you kill them. I think after that, if they respawn, which I'm not sure they do, they won't drop it again. Or they do, it's a random event. I know that they have a set chance to drop it though, so there's that. Like, on top of the other thing. Now, Herasia seems to be leveled enough to where he actually is killing these anacondas without any effort. There's an anti-spirit, there's a regular spirit here, but that thing just dies anyways. Anacondas, yeah. Bet you never thought that these would be annoying again after seeing chapter 1, but here they are. Now, the main thing with this place is that once you get the anaconda skin, you can equip it onto Herasia. It's gonna make him a bit slower, but... so that's why I'm not equipping it, because I prefer him to have speed for now. There is no downside to healing with Zambard here, so you can just use that as often as you need it. There's absolutely no reason not to. Other than that, we're just going to continue over to the left. I'm really trying to like do everything at once here because I hate this place. It's way too big. If you venture over here and then down, you'll see this little boat here, which is where I want it to be. I'm gonna go Sky Burning. No, Lethal Claws does nothing, so we're just gonna normal attack or an Ice Protocol. Okay, that takes him out, that's good. And one more Anaconda, that's gonna die quickly too. So we find 233 gold in that one, and then there's a chest over here with a Magicka Energizer. I'm pretty sure that's all there's to this place, and then up here is nothing. It's fine, and then if you go down here, there's Sickle Leaf. Okay. You know, like I keep saying, the question is what's in the name, right? Like, you can call it completionism, but is it completionism to get everything even when it's, like, ridiculously stupid stuff, such as that Sickle Leaf? Like, is that really where you're drawing the line between, like, what's completionism and what isn't? It's, like, I don't care about a Sickle Leaf, right? It's the same about the Salcerium. Yes. In theory, it is completionism to find that Salcerium and to not stop until you have actually found that Salcerium. But considering the fact that the Salcerium doesn't really do anything for you, I can definitely see the argument for just not caring about it at all. And kind of in a similar vein to that, it's like, to what degree do you care? There is an encounter in this game where the chance for them to drop the item that you want from them is so low that you're more likely, like, it's more likely to find 20 of those wasps than it is to actually get the drops from those enemies. Because it's 3 enemies, each with a very low drop chance. Like, on their own, they already have a low drop chance. But they're in the same encounter, which means you need to get each of those low drop chances all at once. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't particularly care for like lottery odds when I'm playing an RPG. I can deal with like low odds, but there's really very little point in going for something that is so astronomically low chance that you're literally better off playing on the lottery, right? I think that's just part of staying sensible. Now, Herasia at this point has 501 speed. Rosa has 360. I mean, we can try. I don't know what the speed bar is here. It's clearly not 501. I don't know how fast he has to be. There is various strategies though that might help. For example, Tarahula can learn a skill that will increase her max HP by tons. That is one method of dealing with that encounter, because then she can tank most of the zillion hits, because they don't actually deal damage to her. Another strategy is to actually just, you know, like the way we're doing, just keep leveling up. So there really is like a lot of ways that you can handle this. It's just that none of them are particularly fun to like actually spend your time on. Now this thing is plagued, which means he's just going to physically attack, kind of like every other enemy that does that. It's not a particularly impressive attack, we're just going to use a revive potion. Over here we're just going to do the same thing we've been doing the entire time. We're just going to clear the anacondas out real quick, collect the items, and then we go. I guess we should heal ourselves. There we go. Okay, so very fun. Over here we're gonna see these encounters. You might think like, oh, why am I being sarcastic about this? You'll see in a second. Don't worry, it'll be okay. Although, like, so far we've actually been doing okay on these fights. If you use Killer Claw once they're already defense broken, or any other form of damaged, it's actually quite easy to kill them. Cold is one of those effects that also increases the amount of damage they take. So there's a lot of ways to increase the amount of damage they take and then just kill our claw for the win. Have we gotten the drop yet? I don't think we have. Or at least I haven't seen it. I'm actually gonna see if Lord Dance is more useful. It's more useful in general. Okay, we do inflict Plague. Plague is the important part because I don't really know how many skills this thing has, but I don't want to use it in any case. Alright. Benevolence Mail. So this is the other mail you can get. The Benevolence Mail inflicts Brain Boost, which is nice. Like, it's Brain Boost. Like, it gives you a nice little stat buff, sure, but I don't think it's the most useful because we kind of prefer the extra stats from Herasia Syndrome at this point. Like, at this point in the game, I definitely think the Herasia Mail is better. It's also a nice reward for the fact that you've actually cleared that side content of those dungeons. But yeah, you killed those chests, which isn't that easy to do in general, so. Anyways, another life apple here, and then we're just going to continue. Over here to the left is going to be another one of these guys, this time guarded by a couple of anacondas. Okay. We're gonna get shark meat from that. I'm just gonna save because I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, that brings us here. So we don't want to be there yet because that finishes the map. Well, that's where you need to finish the map. So we're gonna continue back to the left. We're gonna circle around over here. You'll notice there's two women standing on a little elevated platform. You can access the platform by going up here. I don't actually know what this says. Fox Creek. That's very nice. I suppose. Can I beat these or do I die here? I don't die here. Good. So that gives you the Darkness Ring. And then if you talk to these guys, I assume that this is some manner of Easter egg for another Aldorlea game. I'll be honest and say that I don't know which one. The names don't ring a bell for me, but sure, it's very obvious to someone that's played the game that it's referencing. Alright, so we've basically done everything there is to do, which means there's only one thing left for us to do, namely talk to Sandbart, and yeah, that's all there's to it. So, yeah. First of all, we're going to cast Half Goddess Aura. Second of all, we're going to use Mind Burn. Why are we using Mind Burn? Because we are going to do the most fun thing in the world. We're going to eat. I forgot that this game does not yet have the additional, do you want to keep using them message. Okay, my bad. Did I not save? What? Did I not save right in front of it? That makes no sense. That doesn't sound like me. Like, but okay. Anyways, we're going to just we're gonna see if we can kill those Zillions, and then we're gonna wrap up for today because we've kind of already crossed the time limit that I tend to put on these things, namely an hour. I think an hour is already very long. I don't think we really need to go past that for a single episode, especially because it gets hard to like keep track of what you're doing. I guess we just use energy burn on Herasia. We save. Anyways, like I said, half goddess aura, and then we're gonna use mind burn, which is going to inflict brain boost. But we also have. Do I still? Yes. This, which is gonna give him brilliant mind, which does stack with brain boost for a total of 624 mind. Not the most, but you know. And then, yeah, we're just gonna kind of spam these XP eggs in the hope that Herasia and Terabula level up a little bit. Actually, I might as well. I don't think she had one on. Yeah. Terabula and Rosa are definitely not gonna get the most XP from this, but that's fine. It's not what we're after. Particularly. Okay, so did Herasia actually level up? I'm not sure. I think he did once. His speed is 1048 right now. Not the most insane, not the worst either. Rush of Fire is her skill, inflicts haste on everyone, but that's not particularly useful right now. So as you can see, we didn't really get anything new. Magicka Shield inflicts Magicka Defense, not what we were looking for, because that's not, well, it's not useful. And as you can see, we don't have anything to boost Herasia's speed further than this. Okay, that was a bad luck starfish. That was probably one of the luckiest starfish you'll ever get. So, okay, so the first wave is fine because we can get the lethal claws off. The issue is our speed's down to 524. Terabula gets taken out. That's like the worst possible result as well. Dodge once. Dodging once would have been very good there. Double initiative. That sucks. Yeah. So this is really luck-sacky. And I don't think there's anything you can do about it. Although something in my head is screaming that I'm forgetting something, but I'm having trouble placing it. Like, yeah, okay. Not what I wanted to click. Bro. That's just... Ugh. Okay. No initiative, that's what we want. Lethal Claw, good. Stop taking him out! I actually don't know if it's even possible to kill them without Herasia. I don't think I've ever tried. There's not much point in trying either. Okay, Rosa dodged. Very good, very good. Lethal Claw. Okay. No initiative again. So we're doing good. She dies anyway, so you might as well try and use Iceberg Calling. You never know that she just does not get attacked. Okay. Hallelujah. So we're gonna get zillion edible wings from killing these things. And what those do, zillion edible wings, they're gonna give you 1 additional speed. Is the reward worth the effort you just went through? No. No. It is not in any capacity whatsoever worth the effort that we did to get them. But that is what privilege is. See, that's the thing. Like, this is a guaranteed reward for a difficult fight, and I personally believe that a difficult fight is fine. That's not what I don't consider that too tedious to deal with because it's just difficult. It's not RNG. It's not like I have to sit there and do said difficult fight like 50,000 times in order to like get the drop that I want. You just have to do it once. Alright, so this next one is actually very funny as well. I know I said that I was going to drop this because it's nearly time, but, well, it's already past time, so at this point. Let this be the last thing that we do. These things can actually reach you, and once they reach you, you can fight them. And they're going to be, these are Holocaust raids. Now, Holocaust raids are very difficult raids that I'm not even sure it's possible to beat them, because you can't, I'm not sure you can plague them. I do know that the Minion Bolt deals decent damage to them, and Golominator might break them, I'm not sure. But they have that huge AoE attack that's basically going to make it impossible to do much to them. So I don't know how possible it is to beat these things. I feel like it's probably doable. There probably is like some tactic to where you can probably kill them. For example, Half Goddess Aura and go ahead and inflict Mind Burn on them, and then go ahead and recast Cosmic Shield, Magic Shield, which is going to give us major bonuses. First turn, cast Grand Protection. Purifying Fire, Killer Claw. Iceberg Calling, I suppose. 6 damage. Awesome. Okay. And I guess we're now in the territory of just try whatever you can. So Lord of Dance doesn't deal decent damage. I'm pretty sure that the Minion Bolt does, but oh no, it's only 153 as well. Okay. So even with Half Goddess Aura up, the damage we're dealing is very neglectable. I think, yeah, using that Mind Disabling Aura Broken is going to increase the damage substantially. So I suppose if you're looking for a strategy that sort of works, that's going to be the one. First inflict the, did I inflict those buffs? No. Doesn't really matter. So we're gonna go for Rain Wash, Heat Wall, whatever. It literally doesn't matter what you do. She's gonna die anyways. Once the aura's broken, you can actually go ahead and use the Minion Bolt, and maybe now we can spam the Minion Bolt plus Sky Burning, and we might have a chance. I doubt it, but yeah. All this to say, it is technically possible to kill them. What you can also do is you can try an energy burn. Please, dude. You can try an energy burn for the purpose of like getting that extra damage, but I don't think there's much that's going to really help you out here. So, okay, this might actually be the ideal scenario. Luciana's dead, that does suck. Cato Craze is a really good buff though. So we might have dealt enough damage, I doubt it though. Yeah, it's not enough. I don't know how much HP these things have is the issue. I'm willing to try like one more thing. Okay, I do have all the buffs up, that's good. I'm willing to try one more thing, which is same starting logic, so Cato Craze. The more turns he spends wasting his turn on useless skills, the better for us, obviously. But him killing Luciana is definitely like one of those things that just kind of ruins it. Okay, he dodged. That's really good. Meaning we get one more turn of crazy cat damage. He actually did not kill Herasia, so we can go ahead and re-trigger Cato Craze, and we actually kill him. Yay! So that gives us this is kind of why you want to be farming it out, because he does drop an Omega Budon and the other thing. Now, as I was trying to say, I said I was going to save you the backtrack to fully heal again, but here we are. Fully healed, yay. And we're going to try and take on the next one. Now, the concept is obviously the same, so we're just going to go ahead and just do the exact same thing again, so that we can beat the second one. Now, like I said, you can always go back to Sandbar to get that full heal, so it's just a little bit tedious to backtrack that way and then fight the other one, but you know, it is what it is. Not sure, oh yeah, right, he takes damage there. Alright, this is actually an annoying situation because Herasia is paralyzed and dead. I actually only just realized that just continuing to use Rain Wash was probably the best strategy to begin with, but okay, you know, whatever. So we're just gonna use Rain Wash, Purifying Fire. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so we got both, so that's the best result here, and then we're just going to use Glominator. Now the only issue with getting both is that that means that he's going to use his physical attacks no matter what. So that does reduce the damage output that we have by a fair amount. Yeah, I don't think that this is a win, but it doesn't matter. Just one more lucky fight, and we can actually close off this episode because, God, it's taking too long to my liking. Okay, instant break is not the worst. It's definitely not good though, because instant break at least doesn't last long. Okay. That was definitely the easier strategy. There's another normal Wraith here, but that's like... I'm sure you can imagine that that normal Wraith is not exactly the biggest issue for us to deal with. And then down here, I don't think there's anything special. There's 3 more zombies here, but I'm pretty sure that these are just Lementons. So you just clean them. And then there is an Eternal Wanderer here, which is the final obstacle, I think, to this dungeon, or to this place. That was the damage we deal while he's defending, by the way. Fun fact. Might give you an idea to how quickly you beat him if he just defends. There we go. Ceremony of the Blood, and that puts us in Adretana, which is where we're going to leave it off for today. Thank you guys for watching. That was Laxius Force 2, Part 1's Completionist run, where we basically did everything we could, including getting the Xeon Claws, including getting 3 Salcerium, and the Edible Zillion Wings. Cheers. See you guys next time.